of time.
Hello, my friends. Abby and Zoe got switched somehow. There we go.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Welcome to tonight's episode of Wild Ambition here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Pew 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 pew. Tonight is episode 33.
Yay.
Yeah, long time. Shy's gone again.
Yeah, works.
I am at Shy.
I'm going to make like a Shy cryptid stat block. Shy is a cryptid.
Cursed.
The best. The best type of cryptid. But moving right along, welcome to tonight's episode. Before we get started, show announcements. Here's what we got. Number one, we are down a Shy tonight. Very sad. But other shows on the channel. Friday night, Astral Calling. Saturday night, Tabletop Bros are back. The boys are back. Sunday, Cozy Co-op with Sarah and Emily. Woo! Monday night, Faffing About in the Strength of Thousands AP. Then, Tuesday night, we are continuing our playthrough with Datafang, one of the devs of Remnant 2. I'm playing through the game with the dev. I found on yesterday night's stream a bug that no one had found before.
Uh-oh.
And they're like, that is new. No one has found this. I'm just like...
You're doing a public service.
I broke the game, baby. Thankfully, it was not like a progression blocking one, so we were able to do everything that we needed to still. So come and watch us playing on the hardest difficulty with brand new characters.
Oh boy.
Because it's me. And y'all know how I am. But yeah. Those are all the programming announcements. Now, other important show announcements. If you are in the Winnipeg area, or, in Winnipeg in general, and you want to start doing PFS, Thursday nights, I now am running another game a week on Thursday nights at Amusing Games. I'm going to be running Pathfinder Society. Luckily, these are pre-canned adventures I have prepped already. So there's very little work for me other than having read them and know what's going on. But if you want to play a game at a table run by me, come and do that. Come and play a game with Manitoba's highest ranking GM for Pathfinder 2 in Society play. Which is really weird to say, but it's somehow still true. Even after me not running any Society for like a year. It just goes to show how many times I ran stuff at the beginning of the whole game. Speaking of the beginning of the game, we'll be getting to this one shortly, but before we do that, of course, we have our wonderful cast introductions this evening. We do have a wonderful cast here on the channel. It's why you keep coming back. It's why I keep writing, because it gives me an excuse to hang out with my friends who I don't get to spend enough time with. First up tonight, let's go with the person who is alive and well with us this evening. We have Cooper playing Christine. How are you doing tonight, Cooper?
He's lying to you. I'm dead. I'm dead.
All right, and Cooper,
But doing fine.
Today's Random Wednesday thought. The Random Wednesday will question. Will it be a bad question? Will it be a good question? You decide. If you could have any composer write a score for your life, who would it be?
Frederick Francois Chopin.
Is that a real person?
Yes, that is
Yes.
Frederick Francois Chopin.
Chopin? Is Chopin a real person?
I didn't hear Chopin. I just heard Frederick.
That's fair.
Wow, you really
my-
just called me a mush mouth.
No, my brain
cork in
My
it,
brain
literally.
started going mush.
Speaking of mush, someone who had to deal with a lot of mush the last couple weeks, we have Abby playing Dee Dee.
That's a good one. Bloom the shitcopter down here. Hi, I'm Abby, and my dog has pancreatitis, so sometimes she gets bloody diarrhea.
And sometimes
I
she
have to
gets
do it.
happy and spins around while she has bloody diarrhea.
It's wild, man. It's
She gets
wild.
the zoomies.
It's wild.
And the duties!
The doomies.
I'm trying to have a drink.
The face of a
Try
mess
harder.
maker.
But yes, Abby, if you could have any composer compose a score for your life, who would it be?
I don't know enough composers to be honest.
Fair enough. That's
I'll say
fine.
Megan Thee Stallion. She's not.
Oh.
She's a composer.
Yeah, that's fine. All right.
He is a
moving,
composer.
moving right along, someone who is probably a fan of that person based on their reaction. We have Zoe playing Twitty.
I thought it was funny.
Oh, fair enough.
Between
should
the two of
probably-
them, I
I
hope
listen
you're a
herself.
Megan
I
stan.
should probably know who they are, but
Do we have
Don't
any
worry about
barbs in chat?
I've never.
I
I've
sure
never
hope
heard
not.
them.
This is not a barb safe zone.
It is not.
I'm very confused. But Zoe, who are you playing tonight? Where can we find you on the interwebs? And if you could have any composer write the score for your life, who would it be? And if you want to tell us why,
fiction.
tell us. Yeah, it's Emily. 11 months.
I'm playing. Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm playing Twitty. They're thaumaturge. They have a cool hat and a cool whip. Yup.
Nice.
Mhm.
And,
And
composer.
specifically, when you asked that question, the first thing that came up was Hall of the Mountain King.
Ooh.
Okay.
I have a feeling if my life had a soundtrack, it would just be that, but like ramping up forever. So whoever composed that, which I think,
Edvard Grieg.
sure, yep, Edvard,
Nice.
Edvard, yep,
We're all big Grieg heads here.
that's my whole
Speaking of
Agreed.
things that sound like vampires, someone who is quite vampiric in nature, we have Matt playing Lorgar. How you doing tonight, Matt?
Who have you been talking to?
Matt doesn't like the sun.
I mean, it's true.
Honestly, Matt's right.
Yeah.
I am the fruit bat equivalent of a vampire.
We can't
You know,
cross. We
Vampires
can't.
turn into fruit bats.
We can't
Or
cross running
vampire
water
bats.
with him. There's a lot.
That's weirdly specific. I've gone across bridges. We went across the
Allegedly.
Cinnabon Bridge or at the park to go get ice cream.
I think if a friend described me as vampiric, I might be a little offended, bestie.
I
Why?
wouldn't. They're just calling
Why?
me hot.
Vampires are hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two things. One, hello
Sharing
everyone.
the
Yes,
brain
I'm
cell.
playing Lorgar, the crocodile man druid, and second, vampire stuff actually played a huge part in my development as a child because my father at one point made the mistake of getting me a trade paperback of a Batman Elseworlds book, thinking it was just a Batman comic book, where it's in fact a Batman comic book about vampires, and it was very graphic and dark and drawn very gothic style. None of the vampires were pretty in any way. A lot of them looked like weird corpses. People got shot through the head and stuff, and Batman kills the Joker in the end, and then he has to be staked through the heart by Alfred and the Commissioner and everything. It was a really messed up series, and it may have affected me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look it
Also
up.
have to-
Batman, Blood Rain.
Fair enough. And your composer to compose your life.
I'm going to say Salieri, actually, because the man needs some more recognition.
Fair enough.
He just had he was a great composer, had the misfortune to be born in the same era as Mozart. That little puerile genius.
Amadeus was such a good movie.
And I will now apologize to McKenna in advance for this transition. Speaking of childhood fandoms and things that have impacted and affected them, our Warrior Cats aficionado.
Oh.
I don't know
Oh
if I can call myself an aficionado. I know it sounds like I'm just being contrary, but there are so many books in that series that I fell off on. After the sixth book, they changed narration perspective, and I literally had to close the book. I'd never raged like that as a child. I was in the middle of the night, the dead of night, and I opened this new book. I had gotten it from the library. I was so excited, and then I read through it. Well, that's not my Firepaw. That's not my Firestar. And I flipped forward to see if maybe it was just like a prologue, and then it wasn't. I had to close the book and stare at the wall for like a solid 30 minutes.
That rant
So I-
qualifies as aficionado.
I can't call myself an aficionado because there are like 30 books after that I have not read.
But McKenna
Um,
is responsible for all the artwork on the channel,
That's
and
true. That was my fault.
Anyway.
Also stopping me from licensing a piece of music for an intro that was like attached to the Warrior Cats fandom. If you remember that one conversation
that's
we
true.
had. Yeah.
That's true. When Will looks at like pieces, I will Google them and just make sure that they haven't been used in anything like super recognizable. And there was one piece that was in a like very popular
Did
Warrior
you say
Cats
One
AMV.
Piece?
Yeah.
One Piece is real.
Dun, 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 dun.
Anyway, that's me, McKenna Ray Tynan, Weeaboo Warrior, semi-aficionado artist. McKenna Ray Art on all of the places, but mostly TikTok.
McKenna Ray Tynan, Weeaboo Warrior. Sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah, it does.
You know what? That's weebier than anything I've said tonight. So I guess here's the Weeaboo crown. It's all yours. I'm about to steal it back though, because the composer that I would want to write a track for my life is Yuki Kajira.
Oh.
I almost called you a slur.
I love her, and I would have deserved it. I love her so much, more than life itself. I want to listen to her music all of the time. I don't think she has a single bad soundtrack.
Me
I
when I
can't think of
listen to
one that I
Quilla
disliked.
Magi Madoka Magica once.
We will...
And you know what, Will?
Yeah.
That includes Sword Art Online. She cooked on that one. It's the only good thing about the series.
When you're right, you're right.
To this day, I've yet to watch SAO again at all. And
Down to have a watch party to rewatch like the first season and be like, oh, we can.
What if I would watch SAO abridged?
Ooh, woo,
The abridged
Kirito,
series is
it's
arguably
me, your
better. It's
sister.
inarguably
I'm in
better.
love with you for some reason.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
McKenna, if you like SAO Abridged, please watch Unlimited Blade Works Abridged.
Maybe. I'll think about it.
Can we all guess Will's composer?
You go ahead, try to take a pick. Last but not least, I'm Will Banner, also known as Tabletop Rules on the internet. And before I tell you what my composer I want to do the soundtrack for my life is, my friends are going to guess it. Go Abby.
Nickelback.
Go Matt.
Skrillex.
Go Zoe.
What?
Take a guess. Guess who I'm picking for my composer.
No.
Take the time to bully me. Speaking of bullying me, go McKenna.
Imagine Dragons.
Go Cooper.
Okay, McKenna. That was
Say
projection
this is someone who
if I've
has an
ever
Imagine
heard
Dragons poster in their room. I unironically think they're kind
It's
of
Megan
good.
the Stallion, isn't it?
it. It's Nicki Minaj, obviously.
It is none of them. It is
I
Grant
was gonna say
Kirkhope.
Tada Hikaru.
Who?
Grant Kirkhope. He's the composer who did all of Rare's like video games like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. I love their music.
Nice.
He has a song called Frogs Are Friends, and it's just the most relaxing thing to listen to. Like, I just like light a candle, put that song on, and just vibe when I'm like stressed.
I love
Very
that for
nice.
you.
Very
Nice.
cool.
But yeah, if we ever chat, if we ever make money on this channel,
God.
and like I get into a position where I can just hire a composer to compose the opening for one of our shows, Grant Kirkhope is my go-to because I love all of their work. Anyway, I'm going to roll our intro now. Not written by Grant Kirkhope, but still very good. Last time on Wild Ambition.
To our headphone users.
Hey, I did that one quieter than normal. Our party found themselves on a train on the way to Corvangeline, the biggest city on the continent. Whilst on the train, they began talking with some of the other guests, having a fine time at the amenities provided to them, when suddenly the train was attacked by that same group of dastardly bandits that our party had faced off with once before, the Black Powder Bandits. The Powder Coat Bandits, sorry. Misspoke, read their old name from my notes. But whilst they've been dealing with that, after Honey took a number of shots at mechanical horses in a scene that would make Lorgar smile, causing them to be rolling around in the dirt, Christine grabbing the tongue of a doppelganger and treating them like a paddle ball. That's the paddle ball. Dun, 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 dun.
And how can we forget about Abby's absolutely show-stopping number?
Yes. And last, of course, we have Dee Dee's show-stopping number about everyone's favorite NPC. On a scale of 1 to Arinari, where does she sit?
I
Honestly,
hate her more than Arinari.
Beneath Arinari because she makes me genuinely uncomfortable.
Oh.
Also,
Alright.
were you expecting us to beef with her as quickly and as hard as we did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I specifically made her for you to... I was just like, okay, what can I make this person be like that will make everyone in this call hate them instantaneously? I was like, I know.
She's beef full.
Oh.
Me too.
But yeah, so that's where we left off. We have a massive map, chat.
Ah!
It's so hard to move around.
It's a huge... I'm so sorry. I wanted to do a really cool big map. I wanted the entire train on one map. I thought it would be a good idea. It has been an interesting idea.
It's certainly an idea.
It's really cool.
It has
is
been an
really
idea.
It has
We
been an
certainly
idea.
did things.
It's a little bit unwieldy, but I really, really like it.
Yeah.
It is cool, in theory.
In
Cool. I
theory.
just think it's neat.
But yeah, we are picking up right where we left off at the top of the round, as our party in the passenger car hears some whirling and then some pelting of a variety of bullets being shot through the side of the car here. We're going to start off by making some attacks. Lorgar is going to get some attacks made on them. 17 will probably not hit Lorgar.
Nope.
The 21 might hit Lorgar.
Actually, no.
A 9 will not hit Lorgar. Then moving on to Twitty. A 27 to hit Twitty,
That will hit.
as you get grazed by a bullet and take 15 piercing damage.
Grace does 15 damage. Dang. Okay, I need you to move.
An 18 to hit Twitty, and a
That's
15
not
to
hit.
hit Twitty.
No.
Those were all miss. I don't have Darla's character sheet open. I will open up Darla's character sheet, and Darla will snap awake as if possessed by some other force.
God. Or Darla.
She do be doing that.
Darla's going to pick up a weapon from a dagger that one of the doppelgangers there had on them. She's going to stride over the bar to here, and then she's going to throw it at the skeleton horse, at the mechanical horse. Wha-bam!
Wow.
And Darla will just straight up murk that horse and
Nice.
send the bandit rolling.
Nice.
I'm glad that was not an enemy who got that from me. But speaking of enemies, next up in the car with the rest of the party, we have a clockwork soldier who is bearing down onto Twitty. Twitty,
Yes.
how you doing? How you looking?
I'm sure am there.
You just hear this thing say, "Please cease resisting," and they smack you with their fist. 33 to hit you.
Ooh, yeah, that'll crit. That'll crit.
Oh, that'll be 24 bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
Ouch.
Second attack, please cease resisting. 20 to hit.
No.
Third attack, please cease resisting. Oh, that'll miss.
No.
And we come to Christine.
Every
Listen,
time.
you're trying to do your job. I'm trying to do my job.
I apologize. Please cease resisting.
You are not actually apologizing.
Well,
I
we
am
sure
very
have
sorry.
A problem on our hands. We are in this car all the way over here as I scroll all the way over here. I can tell where the action is, right? Like I
You
know
can.
where to go.
You know that train's getting attacked, and you know your friends are in this car.
Okay. I'll notion to Honey that we should go to the next car over, and Christine has 25 feet of movement. So this is as far as I can get.
Yeah, once you get to the doorway, Christine, you
Okay.
get through it, and we'll say between the turns you get into the other car. So you'll get into
Okay.
the next car. No, like into.
Oh,
like,
okay,
the-
okay.
Yeah, these little bathroom cars, I'm not making you use movement to get through.
Okay.
Cause Miss Honey
That is
Madeline,
all 3 turns.
it is your turn. What would you like to get up to?
Yeah, I think I might have to do the same thing. 15. Got a speed of 30. I think I already took Fleet.
Yeah.
Okay, Fleet.
Okay, Fleet. So 15, 15. I can make it.
Yeah, once you get to the carpet, you can get into the next car as like your last action, so you're fine. Yep.
So it'll take me, I think, all 3 actions just to get to that door.
Well, it takes you basically because you were here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because it's 5. It's 1. Well, unless you cut this square here.
I could cut that square there if you let me.
Yeah, it's a diagonal. You're fine. So you'd get into the next car with 1 action left.
Yeah, alright.
So you have 1 action left as you burst through the door and just see this thing menacing Twitty.
Sounds about right. That's my turn.
Yeah, you have 1 action left.
No, I don't.
I wouldn't say he's menacing me. I think we're just bickering
Oh,
at this
fair enough.
point.
Because 30, 30, and then the last movement to get
Through.
another.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Dewdrop, what will you do?
I'm gonna use 2 actions to skedaddle over here,
Okay.
and then use my 3rd action to cast the bardic stuff, so people are inspired.
Yeah, it's a range of 60 feet, so you'll get everyone but Twitty and Darla.
And also, don't forget, honey, your skin's still the skin of a killer.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Lordar, it is your turn.
I'll put
All
it
right,
up for you
the
real
turrets
fast.
are the same. The turrets are still there, right?
The turrets have moved down to the next car. Basically, the turrets are now no longer a problem for you all. In fact, I'm actually going to just delete them.
Oh wait, is the train going that way? Like
The train's going this way,
to the right?
to the right.
Oh, I've been laboring under the assumption it was going the other way the whole time.
No, that's why the turrets have been traveling left
Yeah,
down the train.
I was concentrating on the stuff inside the train for too long.
To the right. Everything you own in a box to the right.
So this metal fellow is still
These
menacing
guys
us.
are also gone now at this point. Yes.
All right. Well,
Because
pretty sure it doesn't have bones that I can go around. So, you know, it is mechanical. So I'm gonna try and see if this does anything special. I'm gonna try a nifty little electric arc with 2 actions.
Okay.
That's 30 feet. I'm pretty sure.
Yep. It will fail, and yeah, the electricity does deal extra damage to it.
All right. And then with my remaining action, I'm going to have Salt move to here.
All right. As Salt moves to
Oh,
there,
wait. Ah, they were already within 5 feet. They couldn't have avoided it anyway.
as
Yeah.
Salt moves to there, they're going to take an AO. Please cease resisting, small animal. 21 to hit Salt.
That will hit.
Smacks Salt for 13 damage.
Salt remarkably survives that.
How fucking dare they?
Yes, not with a whole lot of hit points, mind you. And Salt's gonna take a nifty little sneak attack damage. Sneaky striking claws a go.
Sneak, sneaker, sneak, sneakin'.
Sneak. That is a hit, not a crit.
Even on flat-footed.
Even on flat-footed, it's
All right,
just a
so a
hit.
total of 6 damage.
All right. It takes it.
All right, that's my turn.
All right. Moving right along. Of course, we have Twitty. Please cease resisting.
You know, I don't know if you know what that even means. I'm not resisting. I was trying to get by you to do my job, and
Please
know,
cease resisting.
now I'm gonna resist you. I'm gonna start resisting.
You have
so
been
you couldn't
resisting.
Stop saying that. Okay, sure. Let's agree to disagree. And then I'm just gonna whip 3 times.
That will hit. That will crit. Please cease resisting. Please cease resist. And then just like as the second hit cracks down on this thing's head, says, perhaps you were not resisting. And it deletes.
God!
Oh my god. Well, you got me to resist now. Happy. And then I guess I still have a
You still have one
movement.
action. Yep.
I can go 25 feet. So I will go 25 feet.
Alright, where are you going?
Woo.
Just crawling over the chairs. There's
Clamber.
there's people like huddled like against the walls for protection. And then you're just like,
And
yep,
so since I have moved, this other Twitty goes away.
yeah. Goodbye, other Twitty. Darla's going to go. Darla's just going to go sit behind the bar and start drinking. No, I'm just kidding. Darla's going to stride thrice to get to the next car. Ah! Say, look at that. They're just resting. We did all the work looking at Honey.
There was you know what? Never mind. It's fine. We did the hard work.
Christine,
Hello.
what would you like to do?
Assess the situation. I guess the car is empty now.
Yeah. The car is currently empty. You do know that other cars on the train have been attacked?
Hmm. Can we tell which way they're coming from?
They ambushed the train, basically. They were waiting for the train to go, and you can tell that some of the bandits got into the other cars. Like,
Ooh,
They-
okay.
Did say that they were here for a certain somebody,
yes, they did say they were here for someone.
and we know where he is.
Yes.
And the robot was stopping us from going that way specifically. So
Yeah. So onward we go. That's all 3 of my actions.
I'll
Yeah,
say
same.
I'll say that you can just spend your turn to get into the next car.
Okay.
Don't worry about doing the movement. Christine, as you go into the next car, and everyone can join Christine in the next car if they want. We don't even need to be in initiative anymore. A sight is before you.
What a
As
sight.
sitting in the hallway, surrounded by the corpses of bandits, and with 4 very happy, fed-looking hyena vipers.
Oh,
Miss Ma'am.
Yes.
the old lady.
It's a little old lady. And she's sitting there, it's like, oh, it took you all long enough. Look, I've already dealt with this car.
Well, we already dealt with 2 cars, so
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
it's not a
I
competition.
fed my children. And she's petting the little viper hyenas.
Oh, that's a little concerning.
ain't it
Oh, you
though?
mean the
Rolls her
parental
eyes.
basics?
Ooh.
Do you want to be fed to viper hyenas? It would be very easy to cover up a murder while on this train.
And it'd be very easy to expose you. All I need to do is write a little ditty, so shut the fuck up.
Also, I'd like to point out saying it's really easy to cover up a murder on a train works both ways.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am
So let's
tired
all
of
just
these snakes on this
de-escalate.
motherfucking
Yeah,
train.
wait.
Obviously,
Don't threaten us with a good time.
obviously, the negative atmosphere of being on this mechanical abomination is affecting everyone.
She
I
does.
think we should drink.
I think we should check the last train car.
She does
All right,
move into her room, and just you hear the door lock, and then you hear. You did not think about this, but for some reason the viper hyenas are purring.
Ew.
They
Ew.
purr. They purr.
Bad.
They're like rattling, purring.
Yeah, they're like rattling and purring. Like the rattlesnake tails are like shaking, and you can hear like purring of a cat coming from these things.
Lamau.
Lamau.
So
Really?
I worked really hard on these the ecology of these creatures. I'm giving you all the weird facts about them.
I
They're
love
cool.
weird
I like
facts.
it. Wait, can I roll a? My thing that I do roll?
Yeah. Do you want to learn more about the
I
viper
sure
hyenas?
do. I actually do.
All right.
26.
So they are an egg-laying mammal, much like the platypus.
Gross.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yep, it does. They also though will eat like their own, like they won't eat their own eggs, but they will find other viper hyena nests from different packs and eat those and feed them to their kids.
Also, they
So
raise
they're
their
cannibals.
And yes, and if they get really, really old, it's rumored that their tails can actually like become full snakes.
Okay, yeah.
young. Oh, interesting.
And some of them, there's been known to be mutations where they've grown multiple snake tails.
Bad.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
I do like that.
And that night, there were twice as many stars.
Oh, also, on an unrelated note, yay, Pharasma is safe. Paizo is killing off one of the major gods
Oh no.
in the next adventure path. And the way the writer who's picked the god that's dying is doing it is basically every week they're writing a short story as to what the world would be like without a god. And be like, but that one's safe, so you don't have to worry about that happening.
Oh.
Oh, how
It's
interesting.
very cool. Yeah. But do y'all continue making your way through this lovely little train?
Yeah.
All right, you can move yourself into the final car then.
Do a quick little glare at that old lady.
Oh, she locked the door. And as you make your way into this final car, you can see sitting in their cage, kind of annoyed looking, Richard.
Dick.
Yes, Richard Crane White.
Kane right.
And also I have to move everyone else.
Dewdrop, it's your boyfriend.
Yes.
There,
You can put
Richie.
yourselves in here. And standing in front of Richard is another handsome-looking man. A little bit more disheveled, but quite well dressed, as they're in this like very nice sort of dress robe. And you just see them standing in the middle of the room. Now, Richard, I am here to get you out, my friend. Now, either come quickly or... Oh, hello there, friends. Welcome. It is a
Howdy.
pleasure to meet you all. Just kind of tips their glasses up at you.
How interesting to call somebody a friend when you don't know them.
I mean, I prefer to make friends rather than enemies, if you know what I mean.
Is that usually how that goes when you attack trains with
Oh,
army of
no,
bandits?
this, you must understand, those are contractors that
That you
are
contract-
unrelated to me. I just simply am making use of a older favor from someone else. Anyway, I'm just here for Richard. Don't worry, we're not going to kill him. I'm just going to take him home and make sure he's safe. And you know.
Did you ask him if he wanted to come with you? He was actually traveling with us.
Oh, my apologies. Richard, would you like to come with me, or would you like to be taken to Corvangeline, most likely to your death? Voltric, as much as I appreciate you trying to spring me, you know, my time might have come. No, friend, you do not need to die. You can sign yourself to death. There is still much we can do. From what I understand, the council is being weakened from the inside by some sort of... Well, let us call it a parasite.
What do you know about that?
Okay, is this dude glowing?
Oh, no, he's not glowing.
Alright, just checking.
Oh, I have information networks. I'm a very, very close with one of the secretaries. She is a gossip. It is terrible, but I love her for it.
Would she smosa?
Would you mind introducing us sometime?
Oh, yes, I'd be more than happy to if you let me take Richard out of here.
What if
That works
Richard
for
wants to
me.
come with us? We had a date scheduled, right, Richard?
Richard, isn't she a bit young for you, friend?
Oh, I like this one.
Richard just kind of... I never scheduled any sort of romantic entanglement with her.
I didn't say it
Oh.
was romantic.
Richard, you're going to break her heart, my friend. That's no way to treat such a lovely rose of the desert.
Oh, I'm liking this guy more and more. He's getting on my good side.
Yes,
Oh,
allow
let's
me
not be
to
hasty.
properly introduce myself. My name is Voltric von Vistral.
Well, Mr. VVV, you can call me Dee Dee.
Oh. A pleasure to
Oh,
meet
boy.
you, Dee Dee.
Can we keep him?
Oh no, I am much too free spirit to be kept by any one person. It would be...
Oh,
Ow!
well.
It would
I
be...
really like this guy.
It would be a
A crap.
disservice to the world.
I
If
feel
I-
like we may be skipping over an important question here.
Yes.
I agree.
Are you connected or in cahoots with them there men riding the mechanical horses that done shot up the train?
In a way, yes. But in a way, no. It is a very sort of confusing...
Try.
Contracted him,
On
but he's not
so-
a member of their cabal.
So,
Yes?
when the war ended, there were folks who believed that increasing the amount of violence that we would do would be the most effective way to see change. And then there were those who believed that protecting the people and making life as good for the people who remained would be the way to go. And it sort of split the drab into two factions. They, of course, being the more violent one, and myself and my dear associate here and friend and former party member, I might add, being members of the more peaceful one. So, same organization, separate faction. We don't really get along, but when we need to work together to save one of our own from certain death, we take the time.
Fair enough to me.
I do just want to be clear here. We are letting you go, and I do want to hold you
I want to
to
hold
that
you too.
exchange.
Oh, yeah.
Dear, if you'd like, I'm more than happy to let you hold me for a night.
Oh.
She just kind of winks at you, Dee Dee.
I'll give you my address. We can correspond, figure something out.
Okay, so we're at the point right now where we're not going to try to kill each other, yes?
Works for me.
Alright,
Okay,
and
yes.
we're also at the point right now where, there's a certain amount of trust being exchanged between us, yes.
I suppose.
Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I cannot physically interact with you right now without something very spooky happening.
Oh, do tell.
So just a heads up, just a little heads up. If I do when I am fulfilling my part of the deal to make it so we can contact each other in the city, something spooky will happen. It will not affect you in any way. It just, is a little bit spooky. That's all.
Why
That's
don't
the
you
only
just tell
warning.
us what it is so that we don't get spooked by
It's
it?
very difficult to explain. I'm
I
going
feel
to.
like it's probably not that difficult.
I'm
you
going
know?
to turn into
What
a
if you
skeleton.
try?
There you go. See,
There.
that was not
Wow.
that difficult.
Yeah, wow. Not
By the way,
hard
I
to
like your
say.
accent. Where are you from?
Oh, myself. I am
I'm
from.
Liberia.
I am from the lovely nation of Treladar originally, my friend.
No way! That's that place out across that sea.
Yes.
The very same.
One of the last boats that made it here before we shut off the continent, I suppose.
Well, damn.
That was
I'm
a
intrigued.
minute ago.
Yes, it's been a very long time. It's
Oh,
why.
DD is a bit young for you.
Wait a minute.
I don't like it here.
It is why, and he will drop his illusionary disguise. Token layer. I will delete the original version. You'll see his true
Bye,
form.
Jesus.
So is he actually a skeleton?
Yes, he's a full-on
Odd.
skeleton.
With a violin.
Oh, no
Oh,
wonder
the
you're so
violin.
down to bone.
The boat.
Ah,
I'd appreciate your humor.
Abby's is better than mine.
that's funny.
Oh, an undead abomination.
Oh, not an abomination, my friend. Some
Do
call
you not have bones, Lorgar? Are bones an abomination too now?
Honey, you are smarter than this.
You just called it an abomination. Usually
Yes.
you reserve that for bits of metal and technology and what have you.
There are many types of abominations, one of which is unnaturally animated undead creatures.
So,
Oh,
so you're
Lorgar-
saying you're
Lorgar really
Oh.
said in the sense that.
My friend, let me assure you, I am all natural.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lorgar,
I
what do you
don't
think
like that.
Darla is, if not a reanimated bag of bones with more flesh and rock bits on her?
Lorgar, did you make me into an abomination?
No, we went through a whole trial to bring you back to actual life.
Yeah, don't worry, sweetie. He can't turn you into something you weren't already.
I mean, I could turn you into ashes.
Again.
Me?
Not
You know,
you.
I'm sensing a lot of hostility from our lizard friend over here.
How
Oh, it's just
perceptive
jokes,
there
just
exists a
jokes.
great deal of hostility.
Oh, it doesn't have to be that way, my friend. What's got your scales all ruffled?
Your very existence outside of the natural cycle? I'm just saying.
Oh, it's a very
mean, you-
natural cycle.
Like,
I-
a cat is one thing, I hold up salt.
It's a very nice cat.
you're
Oh, I'm aware.
you're not
Say the
you're not an
hypocrisy in
alligator.
this.
Yeah, you're a hippo.
I don't know
I
what
thought it
that
was
is.
Gaiter.
All
It
right,
sounds like a
I know.
majestic creature, though.
You just see, you just see Vic Voltrick beginning to like pick the lock on Richard's cell. I apologize. I'm going to get to work here.
Oh, I
that's
can
fair.
help you with that.
I mean, like we have
I
the
would-
key. Do we
I
not
would
have the
appre-
key?
Candor technically does. I would appreciate it, to be honest with you. I'm not
I have a lock picking kit. I
the most
think.
skilled at
What
thievery.
is Candor doing while we're doing this?
Candor's
oh,
having
knocked
the
out.
like-
bullet wound that he took for Darla.
Yeah,
Oh,
plus
yeah,
one
yeah.
Did he
thieves
get knocked
tools.
out?
Yeah,
So can't we just go get the key?
if you want.
No, we're just gonna leave it on him and
but we
pretend
can
that
give it
we
back.
didn't have anything to do with this. So I have a +1 to this roll.
All right.
That'll be a 20.
A 20 is enough to get this. It's a very cheap cell, and now I am in.
Oh, so you're up at
Voltrick's
the cell
force.
unlocking it?
Yes. I suppose
Oh.
I should move my character token.
Yes, you should.
Oh, now you're within fireball range.
Oh,
Matt, are you doing fireball? I can roll initiative.
I'm not saying if anyone's
I
doing
will
I can
say,
see where the wind is blowing. The
as
whole
a free
fucking
action,
horn on me.
Voltrick will use after you.
Really, go snake the person confidence. Gain panache. I remember this creature from the undead book. It's
Oh
pretty
no,
cool.
this I'm using the token of that creature. It is not that creature.
Oh, okay.
This is a custom
you
monster.
gain panache.
Perfect, gentleman.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, what
Uh,
is it that y'all told me? What was it? Oh yeah, ABP. Always be panashin.
But yeah, Honey Madeline pulls a bobby pin out of her hair and just goes,
Oh,
pops it
no.
open, and then extends it. It puts the bobby pin back in her hair, extends a hand to Voltrick.
Voltrick.
Voltrick,
Voltron.
thank you. And says, Miss
Charmed.
Madeline, charmed, I'm sure.
I've always been curious about something, just out of curiosity. There, Honey Madeline. I'm. This is not really in character question, but the extra powder for your pistols. Do you just wear that on your belt?
A what?
The extra powder for your pistols, or
No,
this
they're
is like a full-on-
revolvers.
Okay.
You would have
Yeah.
seen Honey Madeline do this a handful of times. She's got pretty deep pockets.
Hmm.
Her holsters are not actually visible. She has like thigh holsters, and pockets in her dress that have been cut out. So they look like normal pockets, and she is drawing from them, but you might not know that she's carrying unless you know that that's Honey Motherfucking Madeline and that she always stays strapped. So,
A queen.
a queen.
Voltric does take your hand, honey, and says, very, very pleased to meet you, Miss Honey Madeline. Allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Voltric von Vistel of the Drab.
Pleasure to meet you. Now, let's talk connections before you get on out of
Yes,
here.
of course. And Richard's like uncuffing himself and standing up. I'm simply going to throw Richard over my shoulder and jump off the back of the train. It'll be fine. Do not worry. But
If only that were me.
like I said, it can be arranged, but only once.
Oh my.
Can work with that.
You got a little black book of phone numbers or something? That
Not
secretary,
not
maybe?
as much as a black book, but I can definitely give you a few spots that you might find some sympathetic connections in the city that are, well, not bugged out to say.
Oh, well, you
No,
gotta
it
love a
is.
sympathetic connection.
Yes. I would personally recommend attending one of the cultural exchange classes in Gozerin's garden.
Cultural exchange in Godric's garden?
Gozerin's
Gozerin?
garden.
Oh, a garden, you say?
Yes, it's a very lovely park in the city. Very large, very spacious, has many places to talk in private where prying ears cannot hear you.
Throw this out there,
Interesting.
guys. Sounds like a nice place to camp.
Yes,
God,
know
I
you
love
like that shit.
alliteration.
We're gonna have a hotel, Lorgar. I swear to God. Alright, so the cultural exchange in Godric's garden. Anyone there in particular I should be speaking to?
Do not worry, they will be finding you.
Oh, interesting. Alright. Anywhere else I need to be going?
You know what? Just more of a heads up more than anything. I would steer clear of the Calistran district of the city.
Why is that?
You know it is a place for many fineries and more, and he looks directly to Didi. Primal entertainment.
Oh.
But there
You want
have
to steer
been,
clear?
there have been people going missing there, and it is not something that we have been able to solve. It seems to
That's
be a
unusual.
hot spot for bug catching, as some might say, which you know is also very funny because it's sort of a pleasure district. But you know,
I do not like the.
So you're
word-
saying those folks that are riddled with parasites frequent it?
I'm not saying they do. I don't really know. I just know people are going missing in there.
Alright. That's surprising to me. Callistria, not that I'm really the godly sort, but if I would be, she'd be top of the list, so that surprises me that she'd let a slat like that go unanswered.
It is, you know, the gods have a limited amount of power here nowadays. You can thank the council for that. Not even
Suppose
Desna's,
so.
not even Desna's Wanderer has been able to make it here for some time.
Well, the council makes a lot of interesting decisions, so I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Alright, cultural exchange, yes. Callistrian district, no, unless I want to tussle.
Yes.
Anything
Last,
else I ought to know?
but
no
not
names?
least, my friend, there I will give you one name. It is my
Thank you.
secretarial friend.
Thank you.
Her name is
Secretary
Her
of
name is
friend.
Gertrude. She is a very lovely woman.
Gertrude. Any last name?
Gertrude Smilestone, a dwarven woman.
Milestone.
A dwarven woman works in the district. Now, you must understand, she does not realize she is an informant. She is just very much into the tea, as some might say.
Oh my god, I love that in concept. Like somebody who doesn't know that they're an informant, but they are because they're just such a fucking gossip.
Yeah.
Well, I heard. Oh goodness. But like, to what extent is she an informant? I'm so curious. This is so fascinating because the sheer concept of somebody unknowingly spouting like government level secrets.
And
I'm satisfied with this.
I am more than happy to provide you with that. And I will probably run into you at some point in the city. I'll say hi.
One more thing.
Yes.
We never had this conversation.
Oh, of course. Discretion. And he looks at Dee Dee again. It is something I am very good at.
My,
Oh hell.
my name's not even Lorgar.
All right, Lorgar.
He just kind of like picks
Exactly.
Richard up.
Okay.
He picks Richard up with in the bridal carry.
I will look at Richard and be like, "Offer's still on the table for you too, honey."
No, thank you.
On the table, on the floor, on the
like,
washing machine.
as I've said, you are not.
The washing what?
I apologize. I am simply not attracted to people of your type, gender.
This is black diamond.
Oh yeah, that was you,
Oh,
wasn't it?
yes.
Oh, I forgot about that. All right.
Yes.
Oh me, oh
God,
my.
Dee Dee just.
She's an ally.
And he's just like, Voltric's just holding Richard in their arms. It's like, oh dear, and not even me. It's like, no, Voltric, you know me. It's like, fair enough, friend. That is why we are still friends. He just walks to the back of the car holding Richard and just kind of like bows their head. Adieu, adieu. I shall remember you. You shall remember me. And he just jumps off of the train and just like straight up lands, feet standing in the middle of the desert. It just puts Richard down and the train starts speeding away.
All right, y'all. Let's cut our story straight before Candor wakes up.
Lorgar tried to fireball him and he couldn't.
I did not try to. If I had wanted to properly fireball them, I would have. I'm itching to fireball
Lorgar
something.
successfully. No, we can't make that lie because there ain't enough singeing, burning anything in here. How
just
about
didn't
this?
get
We
there
just
in
got
time?
here a little bit too late. By the time we got here, the lock was picked and he was jumping out the window, and we weren't fixing to follow him.
You know what would really sell this whole idea?
Hmm.
We uncouple this last car from the entire train.
I think he's on to something.
That's fun. I like that. Let's try it.
Now,
Not that
before
I'm
you
gonna
make,
say no to one
before you do that,
distraction.
everyone make me a perception check.
Oh, is Candor behind us?
No,
He's right behind
I'm-
me, isn't he?
I'm just giving you an opportunity here.
16 ain't gonna cut it.
16. No, a 16 is enough, honey. As you are looking around in Lorgar, you will also notice this. Each of these like standing like metal crate things are lockers and lock boxes that are probably filled with people's valuables.
Ew.
An opportunity, you say? They
Did
also
somebody say
loot boxes.
loot?
I do love loot.
Oh, loot, you say?
Loot is nice.
Yeah, the best loot I got in the last little while is stuck in my arm.
Listen, trinkets are great, but stealing's
Oh, I
not really
love
my
trinkets.
thing. More trading.
Well,
Okay.
that sounds like a you problem. What's in the box?
All
That's what
right,
he
so
go back to the other place.
opening up one of the larger lockers, inside of it appears to be a roulette wheel that has been
Oh, I love
fashioned
roulette.
into a shield.
Christine, you want a new shield? It's a little gaudy, but
Is it called the Gambler's Shield? Does
It's
it have
called
a luck
it is
based
called the
mechanic?
Gambler's Shield, and it is a magical item.
It's got wild magic in it, doesn't it? You roll a thing and something happens.
Who
and you get
knows?
hit.
You haven't identified it yet. Who knows?
who knows? Not me.
But yeah, so that's in one of the lockers.
That's fun.
Oh, I'm picking all of them.
Yeah, you're just doing all of them. As you go through like some of the smaller like lock deposits, there's about 250 gold pieces worth of just money and gems and things that you can just put in as 250 gold.
Nice.
I'll split that 6 ways amongst the party.
Thank you.
And then
You are girly.
in addition to that, there is a small
42
music
gold
box.
each, rounding up.
Music? I want
Uh,
to take a peek, see at it.
It is a magical music box.
Nice.
Yep. You'll have to identify it to know what that one does.
This one does the music thing. Dewdrop.
I love that.
And then lastly, there's a very fancy dress, honey.
Oh my.
Oh my! Is it in my size?
It is. It appears to be magical, so it could be.
That means it's in my size. That's a yes.
Ooh.
Magical dress. Can
Yes.
I roll some sort of something to see if it's going to hurt me?
Make me a Arcana check.
Not my strong suit.
Hold on,
I'm
what was the
rolling
famous
anyway.
story with a what was the famous story with a
It
poison
is-
dress?
It is like a nice black dress.
Was
I
it
don't know
filled-
the story with the poison dress. I know the red dancing shoes.
There was there. It may not be real, but there was a bit in the Elizabeth movie where she was gifted a dress that had tiny needles with poison on them all throughout the dress, and her handmaid put it on, and inadvertently was assassinated in place of Queen Victoria. Wait, no, pardon me, Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth.
God damn.
Interesting.
Can I make an occultism check on the music box?
Yes, you can.
Sweet.
Can I do an Arcana check on the shield roulette?
Yes, you can. 12. 12 is enough to identify. It's a low-level magical item. Dewdrop. This is a magician's music box. To put it simply, it has the ability to record a performance, both visually and acoustically, and you can press the music box to have essentially a magical projection of that performance appear.
Nice.
Yeah.
I upload the Have You Heard About Drazara performance for now.
That's fair. I'll let you
As
keep
is.
it as
girl,
it is.
Even right.
Gambler Shield Lordar, 14 Arcana check. That is enough. Anytime you use a shield block reaction with this shield, you roll a D100, and based on the D100 roll, it will determine the shield's hardness and effect.
I feel sad that you have to do all the heavy lifting on that one.
No, that's good. I have a chart. Some effects include being turned into a potted plant,
The wild magic table.
but not the wild magic table. Just yeah,
Legally distinct wild magic
like
table.
like the wild magic table, but on a shield. Think like Wand of Wonder and wild magic on a shield is the best way
no.
to put it.
Now, question though.
Yeah,
Does that effect happen to the person who struck the shield or the person holding the shield?
depends on the effect.
Oh boy.
Other highlights include Christine possibly being turned to stone for a turn, but becoming invulnerable to all damage. And then some really fun effects on 1 in 100, which we may never see, but maybe we will.
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Unfortunately, Honey Madeline the 7 cannot identify this very nice looking dress.
Can I try
Dewdrop,
that?
Yeah.
you want to look at this dress for me real quick, hon?
As long as I can look at it with Arcana, or not Arcana, occultism, I'll give it a go. Not Arcana.
Occultism or Arcana.
I don't know what that
either one.
means, but
I'll
It
try
sure is
Arcana to
too
help.
bad that I can't do crafting appraisals on these items.
I give it to Lorgar.
you'll do it for a price, Twitty.
Dewdrop and Lorgar, you're both able to identify this
yes,
this dress
yes.
as the Femme Fatale, a
Ooh.
artifact dress.
Oh,
It acts as basically the highest proficiency armor that you can have while wearing it. However, once you adorn this dress, you cannot take it off until you have taken 2 feats from the Femme Fatale archetype.
Oh shit.
not even to go to the bathroom? I suppose that's why it's a dress.
Femme Fatale archetype.
It is a custom archetype that I've made for this dress.
Oh wow.
Interesting. Do we get to know what it is?
It is a archetype that gives you proficiency in deception and allows you to use deception in place of intimidation checks on things. In addition to that, it will auto basically increase your proficiency in deception for you at specific
Jeez.
levels. And lastly, it will give you some additional Femme Fatale feat abilities that you can get access to that you can see it once you're tuned to the dress, or after the stream when I send you the PDF of it in like a day, because I still have to finish doing my spell check on it. But TLDR, it plays with crits and makes crits a lot more devastating.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That sounds like fun, man.
Oh,
Yes, it is.
hey.
That might be worth taking that feat tree then, because I was like, ah shit, I'd have to redo my plan for this character, but extra crit juice.
Yes, like, you know, hypothetically allowing you to deal 3 times damage on a crit instead of 2.
Oh, man.
Okay.
At high levels, but,
my.
you know, it's there.
Interesting.
Lordy may.
We'll talk, you and me. We'll talk.
We'll talk. We'll talk after stream. But, yeah, that is the Femme Fatale archetype.
Thank you. Interesting. Honey's gonna fold that up and put it in her little bag.
And then, lastly, inside of the final locker, there is a glorious-looking whip.
Oh.
Specifically,
Sweetie, honey, are you sure you don't want to go raffling through this?
Remember, property is a construct of society.
Yeah.
No, I don't
what
believe
he
that. I don't
said.
believe that.
Well, I suppose we don't live in a society, so
That is true. We
crafters.
don't.
I'm going to do a crafter's appraisal.
make me a crafting check.
I guess.
This is a whip called a Dwemer Cat's Tail. It is a whip that splits into multiple effects, and as you hit it, depending on any sort of magical effect that you may have on you, or magical effect that may be on the opponent, it'll have different benefits or effects similar to that of a Dwemer cub.
That's really cool.
You receive
I'm
vulnerability
gonna
to
leave it there. No, just kidding.
thrown yarn.
Oh my gosh.
Also, like I said, because of your new innate abilities, these weapons on max scale for you, so you don't have to worry about runes, but you can put property runes onto them.
Love that.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. I feel like I've been a little bit light for loot for y'all in this campaign.
I don't think
I mean,
it's
we're
been
out.
too
We're
bad,
out in the
personally.
wastes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Would you say we're wasted?
I mean, a couple episodes, yeah.
Got him.
Yeah. But other than that, that's pretty much all the valuables in this car.
Interesting. All right. Let's go
Make
hold our hats in our collective hands for candor.
Is there a chest that belongs specifically to that old bitch?
Yes, it was the dress. It was the chest with the dress in it.
Alright,
Oh.
is there anything else in that chest, whether or not it's valuable or not?
precious,
There appears to
keepsakes.
be like a locket.
Oh no.
I'll take a quick peek in the locket.
Inside of the locket is a picture of this woman surrounded by about 99 other viper hyenas. But she has no viper hyena like skin coats or anything on her, unlike her now.
Oh.
I take the whole chest and I toss it out the train car.
Oh my.
Oh me, oh my.
You don't get nothing.
Those bandits just took everything.
They just took everything. They made a mess.
Well, I'm saying again, we could just detach the card after we're done with it.
Yeah, but what if they find the cart?
We'll see if Candor's awake in the next room before we start doing that, because we're going to need to be in that car before we detach the train.
Now, I'm just putting this idea out there. This would be if we don't need Candor anymore. Now might be the perfect time.
Toss him out the train car.
You said it, not me.
If Candor's not over there holding shit up,
Thank you.
then I don't know that the powers that be in Corvangeline aren't going to go after Alec. That is kind of what we need Candor for.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, happens to the best of us.
I
All
hate
right, let's go
politics.
deal with him.
Does anyone need some healing?
I wouldn't mind some healing.
I'm good, thank you though.
For once, not me.
I mean, maybe I could use a little healing.
Well, here.
I could use a little healing.
We're not in the midst of a combat, so everyone just stand around and I could do like a 3-action heal to catch a bunch of
Sure.
people.
Mm-hmm.
I do have heal at level 3
Appreciate
now,
it.
so that's gonna be 3d8 to everyone within, we all stand in a little circle.
Nice.
Thank you
Uh,
kindly.
Oh, that's a terrible roll. 8 health back to everyone.
Well,
Nice.
Better
it
than
sure
nothing.
is health.
And then I spend some time as we're walking back, because this doesn't work on poor little Salt. I spent some time patching Salt up manually.
Oh, sweet little kitty cat.
Mm.
That's right.
There's
Only
like a dent
positive
in
energy
Salt's
doesn't do-
side that's like a fist indentation that Lorgar's just like puffing out.
Hold on, let me get some boiling water, just to, like a car. I don't
Oh my god, that like a car? That's so funny.
Oh.
Just when no one's looking, I unwrap some of the bandages on his belly, put my hand up into his hollow rib cage, and just kind of poke the dent back out because he's got nothing in there.
Just pour a little hot water on it first. It'll smooth right out.
Delicious.
Well, you wash a nice dress shirt, then iron it or let it dry so it gets the wrinkles out of it.
Mm-hmm. Indubitably.
Is that how that works? I had no
I don't
idea.
know. I hate ironing because my iron sucks, so I try to do everything to avoid having to iron things.
So real.
Yeah.
All right, hat in hand. Let's go face Candor.
I mean, why are we contrite? We saved the train from rampaging bandits and random turrets on cliffs.
I know, Lorgar. We did our best.
What did we fail to do?
I mean, we failed to stop them from taking Richard,
Who?
Such a tragedy.
the bandit that we were supposed to be transporting to Corvangeline. Lorgar, we
As far as we
we
know, he's
missed
still
him
there.
by... Huh?
As far as we know, he's still there. What are you talking about?
Lorgar, no, we had a... Okay, so the story is... Just make sure we're all on the same page. We got there as he was leaving. We were too late to stop him.
All right, how about this? Rather than having to go through this complicated story,
It's not complicated.
I won't talk about it.
Yes, I think that is
Well,
for the best.
You
But if
certainly
Candor
know your
separates
strengths.
us...
I'll grumble about the train or something. No one will suspect
Lorgar
anything.
starts
There you go.
vibrating next to Cantor. He can tell something's wrong.
Oh, yes.
All right, let's go.
All
Is
right.
Candor still unconscious?
Candor's still out of it. Yeah.
Medicine check. Do I have hold on? Do I have assurance now? Can I just not fail anymore? No, I have assurance in Arcana, so I will do a medicine check. Hopefully, I don't kill Candor.
Oh my God! He
No,
killed
wow, dang.
Candor.
I got like a crit
You
success.
bastard!
Nice.
Oh, nice. You managed to wake up and stabilize Candor. Candor's
I
like
give him a little cactus juice.
comes to,
Shock the system.
licking their lips a bit. Yeah, he wakes up. Oh, woken up by y'all. My brain's not fried. That's a good step. That's a nice change of pace.
Counting our blessings.
Yeah, right there. Took a bullet, didn't I?
I
Yeah.
sure did. I'm sure
Yeah.
Darla really appreciates it.
All right. Fair enough.
At least she does if she was watching and remembers.
Bandits dealt with. Bandits all done and dusted. I guess the best chase.
Well, we got most of them.
All right, that's good.
Unfortunately, they also got one of their own.
Richard.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it.
Lorgar looks
know.
out the window.
All right.
If it's any consolation, we got bodies of a bunch of nasty-looking something or others up in the bar car.
Yeah.
So you'll have plenty of proof as to why he's missing.
Yeah. Laura, you're pretty perceptive. Did you notice anything while you were doing stuff there?
I noticed a woman wearing a coat made out of hyena vipers, which I don't think is a wise decision.
Also, none of us liked her.
Don't they have like venom glands or something?
No, she was pretty tacky.
Eh.
Also, it's possible she waylaid us. She stopped us in the middle of the train. Who knows what would
Oh,
happen if
that's
she hadn't
true.
stopped us?
Honestly.
Nothing I have said is not untrue.
No, I know. Alright, I'll have to look into that.
Well, how are you feeling?
Fine, I apologize for getting conked out like that. I wasn't expecting to. And, like, looking at it, like, it's like the wound that Lorgar patched up is just, like, grazed, like, right beside his eye. So, like, it would have gone any more on, it would have gone into his skull.
Well, it was very heroic what you did.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Sweetheart.
we will speak of it fondly to your superiors if we talk to
Yeah,
them.
I
you
mean,
ain't got nothing to apologize for.
I'm technically not really a free agent, but once you hit the rank that I've hit, people tend to not really care what you'd be doing.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the bartender was one of the bandits, so we can probably just make our own drinks now if we want.
Candace looks at you for a second. They stand up. They walk over to the door, look through the car, see the carnage in the barroom car, and say, yeah, probably. Here, let me. And Candace starts walking over. I'll make y'all a little something as a thank you.
Well, get yourself something first. You know, I've heard it's good for, concussions, I think.
Yeah, so Candace starts going to the bar, and he heads into the bar. He just kind of says, whenever y'all want the drink, come on by, I'll get them ready.
Yeah, serve yourself first. Something tells me you need one like you need a hole in the head.
Something, put your own oxygen mask on first.
Y'all are in the passenger car. Candace has left to go get those drinks ready.
I meant it when I said I want to go drink, so...
Yeah. You
had
follow
no-
shortly after?
Yeah.
Alright. Give me 1 second. I need to check something. I apologize, chat. Please do not say anything.
Please do not the chat.
Anything.
Ugh.
Oh, what's
Honey,
going on
when
on
you
Twitch?
go into the bar room, you see Candor kind of slipping something into some of the drinks.
Oh.
Candor Deerheart.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like alcohol.
It is a flavor enhancement device, and I have to do lie to me now. Yep.
Lie
I have to
to
do
me.
lie to me now.
Lie to me.
Candor a good liar?
I mean, he has a -1 in charisma.
Oh, was that a critical failure?
The thievery was a critical failure to spike the drinks. I haven't rolled the deception check for you. I'm going to roll this one openly. Yeah.
It really be like that, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, sweetheart.
Oh me, oh my.
You have to understand, it's not that I do trust you, but quite frankly, you haven't all proven to be the most trustworthy people.
Lying ain't in your nature, I can tell.
It's really not.
Every now and again, McKenna will just say something so fucking funny.
I mean, his name is fucking Candor. What do you...
Yeah, true.
All right. Well, none of us are going to be drinking that. You can tell me what it is, though. What you were trying to slip to us.
It's a alchemical mixture that promotes telling the truth.
Sweetheart, you could have just given us regular alcohol. It basically does the same thing.
Yeah,
That's
true
right.
that.
Yeah. I don't think anyone in this party is really capable of masking themselves, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
But
you
yeah,
just
sweetheart,
side-eye
we ain't
honey?
drinking any of that.
Fair enough. And he just kind of dumps the drinks down.
What do a waste
Well-
of good alcohol. Shame on you.
Yeah, it's
At
an open
least he
bar.
knows, you know.
You know, you can't blame a guy for trying.
I think I can try to blame someone for slipping me something. That's
Well,
not.
no, I mean not in that way, but like, is it?
You're not a good person for slipping people truth serum,
Just trying to
Candor.
do my job.
We ain't done nothing to deserve it.
Did we hear this, kerfuffle?
You haven't proven
Yes.
to be trustworthy to me, so I.
We haven't proven to be
You've proven to
we
be
haven't
very. Quite frankly, you've proven
In
to be
what
very
way have we been
untrustworthy.
untrustworthy?
Frying my mind and using me in my vulnerable state. I've seen no difference
mean
to
to
what
get
I
the
was.
truth?
I see no difference in what I was about to attempt to do to you than what you did to me.
The
Oh my
difference is
God,
that
you can't
you were
say-
working. The difference is that you were working with the parasite, whether it was intentionally or otherwise. That was what the situation was.
We didn't know
That's
that going
the
in, mind you.
difference.
It
What's
feels like
CD
we're
around for the
arguing
brains, Brian?
semantics.
That is
No,
not a
you
semantic.
missed
I've
it.
never had a bug in my brain. That's not a semantic point. I've never been working with the council. I don't work for them. Not yet, anyway. You do. You work for a group of people that are indubitably corrupt. That's the difference between you and me, Candor.
Looks at Christine.
I
Looks
beg
back
your
at Honey.
Who's in the bar right now? Okay.
DD's just like, excuse me, when did we fry this guy's brain? And there was a
Oh, that's
book?
right. You weren't here for that.
She were not.
I'd like to point out. Well, I'm not there. I can't
And
point
you
out.
were gonna give me
there if you
one of
wanted
these
to.
truth drinks too.
Listen,
even
maybe
though I
you should
didn't-
have. Maybe you should have less of a friable brain.
This is getting very close
Right.
to victim blaming.
I think we actually passed that there, Lordar, already a while
I'm
back.
not. That was Matthew speaking, not Laura. Lorgar's still in the other room.
Listen, the baby
I
gloves
can't
come
claim
off
to have
when
come
people
into
try
this
to
conversation.
slip stuff
Oh,
in
you
drinks.
know.
Listen, Candor, you are
It's essentially
justifying
alchemicals
some
on the
truly,
truth.
truly unjustifiable things. I don't know how much of that was the bug and how much of that was you until we asked. And that's the hard truth of it. And I'm sorry that that's uncomfortable for you, but that doesn't make us untrustworthy.
I feel like taking advantage of someone in that state does. That's how I feel.
That's because you're thinking of yourself. You're not thinking about the big picture.
I'm thinking if you know what this is something that me and you are never going to see eye to eye on, and that's not just because of our difference in stature, Miss Honey Madeline.
I have a question.
Wow.
Were you gonna truth serum me?
I mean, I had one for
He had them in all the
everyone,
cups.
including my own. So in case one of you tried to take mine as like then I was going.
What a hero.
What's your justification for that? Because I didn't brain fry you.
I mean, you're part of the group. I don't know what they've told you.
Well, clearly they didn't tell me about no brain frying.
But yeah, evidently that's true. Dee Dee, you, I believe it. Quite honestly, he just points at Honey. It is just these two that I
Again,
find
I haven't
untrustworthy.
done anything to deserve that.
Like, I understand Twitty. I get a vibe from Twitty, but it's a vibe.
Excuse me? Now, what sort of vibe do I give off?
You know, the,
All right.
just
At this
like
point,
with
I'm like,
advice,
where
don't
is
you?
everyone? I feel lonely, and I wander into the bar.
Lorgar just wants society to collapse. Twitty is in it for the business and the trade. Dee Dee, you seem to be like the kindest person out of this entire group of people, from what I can tell.
Flattery will get you nowhere right now.
Yeah, you don't just get flatter. You don't just get to flatter people after trying to slip something into their drink, Candor.
Darla is quite honestly too focused on rocks to really be
Rocks.
dangerous.
At least you said that
Oh.
real nicely.
I get it. You see me as a threat.
I see the two of you, and pointing directly at Christine and Honey, the two of you are probably the most dangerous people in that town.
Well, at least you know your place, don't you?
I mean, isn't the sheriff supposed to be dangerous?
I mean, if they're following the law properly and going through it the right way, yes. But it seems like Christine
Oh,
tends
me,
to
oh
take the law into
my.
their own hands a fair amount.
You have something to say, don't you?
I'm saying it right now.
Well, I have some sad news for you. My law is what goes in my town. Full
It's not
stop.
your town, though.
Oh, that's cute.
Wait, isn't it though? I thought it was the sheriff's town.
Oh, it's my town.
It's not,
Don't forget
technically
it.
speaking. It is under Core Evangeline's control.
Yeah, but she's the one who keeps it safe. She's the one people trust out there. Not you. Not Corvangeline. And for good reason, as I'm sure everyone in this room can agree.
When the system was working, it worked well.
Was it?
Gotta fix
Or was
the
there a
system.
civil war?
The drab and their ideals were dangerous.
I'm not saying otherwise. I'm just saying it wasn't working.
I feel like this conversation does not have an end goal. We
Perhaps.
seem to be circling some wagons, just snapping at each other.
I just think that Candor thinks that he has the moral high ground slipping shit into little girls' drinks. And I think he should admit that that's a bad thing that only bad people do.
Miss Honey Madeline, the ends sometimes justify the means.
Ooh.
Oh.
And there it
No,
is.
Christine
my-
say that too, though.
Now that's true. I would say that.
I say this out of character. Can I somehow, retract the healing? Can I just take that back?
You can punch them.
Yeah,
Then I-
taking back healing is just called hurting someone.
That's why the spell's called Heal Harm.
Candor, I have a question for you. You didn't place what have you in the bottles there on a whim. You obviously had some sort of objective or aim in mind.
Like I said, I don't necessarily trust
Well, no, I'm just
your group, and I just
I-
wanted to make sure I was getting the truth about the bandits. That was it.
What would be worth to you for one of us to voluntarily drink some of this here truth serum?
Depends on the price.
Make an offer. I mean, I say what I'm saying currently now is that we had no part in the release of this here bandit. Whether you choose to believe that or not is dependent on how much you want one of us to drink this here truth booze. Which
Lord, make me a
I
make
have
me
a
a diplomacy check.
yes, the desert hobo is going to make a diplomacy check of +0.
Oh,
Woo!
you know.
Nice.
Oh, my favorite number.
Proud.
Sure,
Here's the
28.
thing. If one of the sisters was willing to take a shot,
Oh, now see, that's discriminatory.
I think that they are the least likely to. I feel as though they're the most likely people to be the most involved. If you were to take it, Lorgar, I'm sure you could just feign ignorance if something happened.
Under a truth serum, that seems unlikely.
There's certain levels to it, and it ain't very potent stuff.
I still feel singling out the two possibly pure humans in the group.
And the two of them are the ones that I don't trust.
See, again, that's slightly discriminatory.
How is it?
You're right, Lorgar, it is.
It's not because they're humans. It's because I don't trust them.
I don't know, Candor. We're the only humans here, and you seem to really have a problem with us.
Yeah, you seem to not trust those two specific people. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Christine hides kind of a wry smile at that conversation and rolls her eyes, and she'll just look directly at Honey and go, I'll do it.
Though
Honey
I'm saying
looks
get
at
some
Christine.
compensation first. Get some
Honey
compensa-
looks at Christine and says, I don't know about you, but I'm not drinking anything that addles my brain or autonomy in any way, shape, or form.
My
and
love,
that's the God's honest truth, Candor.
didn't we just
fair.
have cactus juice like a week ago?
Maybe that's why she made the decision.
different.
She really said, that's different. That was different.
I
Also,
took
I
that
do
of
have
my own
restoration
volition,
prepared today.
and it was not something that was going to restrict my personal choices. You know what I mean? There's a difference.
Oh, there is.
See, there's something we can agree on.
Like I said, I will admit, not a good thing to do, but something I felt like I needed to.
Well, this isn't something I feel like I need to do. My personal autonomy, you can't put a price on it. Maybe Lorgar's has a price, but not mine.
I mean, temporarily.
No, not even temporarily.
Right person.
I was gonna say, do you obey stop signs? You're giving away your personal autonomy there to listen to a sign.
I don't have to listen to it,
Oh.
though. That's a choice.
Yeah, you choose to do so.
If you didn't listen to the
Yes.
sign, would Christine then throw you in jail for not listening to that sign, or would Christine
Oh,
not because
assuredly.
of you?
Christine is a letter of the law follower. 100%.
Try saying that without smiling.
Yeah, honey. You listen. I
Have
know you
lied
got
to me
a
on
sil-
yourself.
I know you got a silver
I'm not
tongue,
a very adept
but
liar
there are some
either.
things. There are some things that are too impossible to be true. Anyway, here's the thing. I don't think I can offer you anything that would be enough to give you what you would want from this Lorgar.
No.
Like I
Are you
said,
saying, are you saying the price for me is too high? Ooh.
I am simply saying I tried. I took my shot. It did not land. I'm going to move on.
Say so.
I hope you know you proved us right.
I hope you know you've proven
That
me
even
right,
without
too.
the bug, you're not trustworthy.
Trust is a two-way street, Miss Honey Madeline.
So he had a bug.
Yeah, okay. Come here, sweetheart. I'll tell you the whole
Candor heads
story.
away.
Tell you all about it.
For you, Abby, and also for anyone who's just tuning into stream, hi, hello, this is me breaking the fourth wall.
Yes.
Oh, there's a draft.
Candor had this big beef with Alec because he thought that Alec had killed Alec's wife, the councilman's also potential love interest. You know, the wife who was alive. And when we came back to tell Candor that, like, hey, it's okay, you don't need to arrest Alec, because the person he supposedly moited is alive and well, and we can prove that. Candor was like, oh, well, that can't be true. She must have been kidnapped because no one would willingly leave the counselor. And we were like, that's some fucked up shit. And Christine...
What did Christine do?
scared him so badly because
Yeah.
I think that's what it must have looked like to anyone who did not see what actually happened. Scared him so badly that his brain was a little bit scrambled and we were able to get the worm out of his head. The worm that was making him so doggedly loyal to the council. While he was in this addled state, we asked him a bunch of questions because we couldn't be certain that he was going to tell us anything decent once he was restored to full brain capacity. And he took it very personally. So he's proved me right. He's not trustworthy. He's drugging people. He's out here slipping shit in people's drinks.
When you're right, you're right.
I would also like to point out that it's likely that that needed to be explained into the chat so you all know that McKenna is right.
McKenna's favorite things.
One of my favorite things.
That's why she's right.
Being right. That is so real.
It's one of McKenna's favorite things to do is explain in great detail why she is right and you were wrong.
Yes.
That's my little girly
And I'm
pop.
right.
I love
What can
her.
I say?
And your prize
thank you
for
all
that
for
is?
indulging me. Huh?
And your prize for that is
Validation.
True.
That's what we live for.
how
We're
much does that
actors.
weigh?
Yeah.
everything.
No
It weighs about
way.
how much should I pay for my AMDA tuition?
Ooh.
About that
don't
much.
talk
That's
about
how much
that.
it weighs. Uh, too real. Too real. Too real.
120K
It hurted, my lord.
over the course of 4 years.
Too damn much.
Anyway, we're gonna swallow that and move on. So yes, that is Cander's beef with the party. Now, why he specifically takes issue with Honey Madeline, who was not the one who concussed him, when technically everyone in the party, save for technically, I would say, Abby, that if you wanted Dee Dee to have been there for that, that should be fine. She wasn't expressly not with the party.
Too late now.
But if you wanted to not be there for that, that's also fine.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I don't know why, because Christine was the one who actually like did the scrambling. Honey was just asking questions.
Yeah.
Has not perceivably lied to Candor even once.
Twitty
so
knows what Christine
he's
did
just
as well.
taking some big swings here and also taking some big L's.
Like
Oh.
grandfather, like son, grandson.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He is what's his face's grandkid.
Yeah, he's Reverend's grandkid.
Oof.
So that's that on that. But thank you for sticking around for my here little recap. What's next is I'm gonna make my own goddamn drink. Which is what I wanted to do in the first fucking place.
Lorgar holds up. I got a little bit left.
Lorgar, I mean, I barely remember anything from the last round.
Well, I'm just saying, how long do we have left on this trip? I'm going to be trying to be not cognizant of what's happening all around us.
There are going to be 3 days left on this trip.
Oh, I don't have enough cactus juice.
I think I'm just gonna turn in.
I think I like this little life personally.
God,
Do you
like
head
this
to your
little
part?
dog.
Do you head to the party's cabin car, Dee Dee?
I do.
When you're in the cabin car and like you're tucking into bed, you're getting ready to sleep, like you just lie down, you're getting all restful, and then you just hear aggressive hyena viper purring from
In the
other,
car?
other side of the wall.
I think I like this
Like
little
this
snake.
little dog.
Jesus.
This little snake dog thing.
This little snog.
Ew.
I do not like that. Do not like that.
I almost killed Lorgar.
They were snogging.
Snogging.
Does Ander stay in the bar car?
Candor leaves and you don't see him.
In
The
bar.
train?
I love the train. Oh my
He
god.
leaves. He
leaves
goes up
the
towards
train.
the front of the train, and you just don't see Candor.
That's fine, as long as he's staying away from like where any of our luggage is. Not that I really have anything incriminating in there. He's just a little weirdo, and I don't want him by my stuff.
He's a
Yeah.
little weirdo.
Here, I can maybe help with that. We have a member of the party who doesn't need to sleep. Oh, Salt. I got an important job for you, my little friend.
Meow.
I need you to stand guard, and if Candor does anything suspicious like or tries
Pulls out
to
the
rattle-
craw. Meow.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just gonna say meow really loud, but then again, you probably can't meow very loud.
I don't see why he can't try to do both.
I reach into my bag of desert scraps and I find several bits of like scorpion chitin or something, and I fashion for Salt a little scorpion shell bell. Because there are no seashells in the desert, so I can't make a seashell bell. And I give it to Salt. If Candor does anything suspicious or untoward while the rest of us are asleep, you just shake your head as much as possible, and this will ring the bell. And
Start shaking their head to test it.
Oh,
And,
God.
like some of the wrapping starts coming off.
oh god, no, we don't want to. The party does not want to see that under there. I tighten his bandages and make a little bow out of it.
Love it. Love
So-
it.
Don't look under the bandages.
Well, thank you kindly,
like I
Lorgar.
mimic
I
you.
greatly appreciate it.
Lorgar now bundles himself up in his cloak in the corner, takes a sip of cactus juice, and closes his eyes.
Yeah, Lorgar. You know, oddly enough, the sounds of hyena vipers purring, something Lorgar is used to from the outside.
Sometimes they prowled around the outside of my cave door. It was concerning.
Very relaxing.
All right. Is there anything else that happens on this train that
Well,
I need
let
to?
me ask you all something over the next couple of days. Is there anything in particular you want to do? Unless you seek them out, you will not see Candor, and the next day, like, all the stuff will be removed from your room.
Taking this hard. Other than that, I just try to make hyena viper bitches laugh and flip in hell on this train.
Make me a performance check to see how absolutely terrible Dee Dee can be to this woman. You make her trip fucking miserable, Dee Dee.
Oh,
Oh.
boy.
God bless you.
What are some of the things you do to make her life bad?
You know when your mom and dad say don't rile up the dogs? I rile up the dogs.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
And I Pavlov them.
It is hell for this woman. She has them very well trained, but even like with a bardic person such as yourself, spending as much mental energy as you are trying to rile them up and make them miserable, you successfully do so. And it is rough for her over the
What a
next few
queen.
days.
I do Pavlov them to shit on her shoes sometimes too.
Well, of
Pavlov?
course.
Yeah, you know, like how Pavlov, he would like feed the dogs dinner and then ring a bell, and then every time he rang a bell, he would like get them to salivate on command, basically.
Oh no.
Pavloving. Oh my
Yeah.
god, look at
Oh,
Pavlov!
that's a new thing I've
Like-
learned.
Like
You
how I
didn't-
Pavloved myself to eat when the start of this stream happens.
Well,
Me.
for instance, is there a particular food that when you smell it, your mouth just starts salivating?
Twizzlers.
Maybe not.
But I like
those,
eating
okay.
plastic.
I love
Me when I like to eat
microplastics.
electrical cables, I guess.
Jackie Kennedy
Mhm.
craves sheet metal.
Very much so.
Sheet metal.
But yeah. Unless there's
Um,
anything particular you want to do over the next couple of days.
I do ask Lorgar to ask Salt. I almost called them Scout for a second. To ask Salt to scout and maybe just see what Candor's up to see if he's getting into mischief, slipping any more shit into any more drinks.
I should point out, Salt cannot speak, and I cannot see through his eyes. He is autonomous in a sense, but he's not a familiar. He is a
You don't have a
minion.
way to communicate with him?
I mean, we could ask yes or no questions with the whole one paw stamp for yes, two paw stamps for no. Or we could, does Morse code exist in this world? We could teach Salt Morse code.
Link's code, but yeah.
Yes.
My legacy.
I suppose we could send Dee Dee to check on him and see what he's up to, because he seems
Or,
to like her.
Do we have any sort of illusion magic that could masquerade one of the other party members as Salt, and thus will avoid Candor's suspicion?
Maybe. But let's try Dee Dee first.
Oh, right.
I'd be willing to talk to him.
Yeah, see,
Just
he
to, like,
must
see
be
how
taking
he's
this
doing.
awful hard.
Oh, do you feel bad now?
No. I'm just saying he seems to be taking this awful hard.
I'll go looking for him.
Your tone is sometimes misleading.
Dee Dee,
Is
you
it? I'm
walk
sorry.
up and down the train. Basically, you get to the very front car where like the crew is, and that's basically like a no regular people zone. And there's Candor's nowhere to be seen.
Ooh.
Candles?
I'll knock on the no regular people door. Be like, excuse me. I'll turn on the charm.
Open the door is a young man, about 17 years old. Yes, ma'am.
I'm just wondering, is a gentleman named Candor up there? He was on the train, and now we can't seem to find him.
Yeah, he showed us his league permissions and we let him stay in the crew quarters.
Ah, I see. Do you think you could tell him Miss Dewdrop is out here to speak with him?
Sure thing.
Thank
And
you.
door closes, comes back. About 5 minutes pass, comes back. Miss Dewdrop?
Yes.
He says, to, please do not disturb him, and that you will all need to find a place to stay in Corbangeline yourselves.
Salty.
Well, in that case, would you tell him Miss Dewdrop said, "Stop being a little bitch and get over it"? Everyone
Yeah.
argues.
Saw that coming.
And you know what? She's
Um,
right. She was right.
Miss Dewdrop, I think if I did that, my mother would wash my mouth out with soap.
Very
And she
well,
was
then.
right.
I will deliver the message myself, if you would
Everyone was
kindly
right.
guide
I'm
me.
afraid I can't let you, and they just start closing the door.
I'll stick
Frickin'
my little gnome
mama's
foot
boy.
in.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
gonna hurt.
ma'am, your door. I don't want to hurt your foot.
Oh, so here's the thing. You can't or you won't. Because you can.
I don't
Here.
want to.
But see,
I don't
This,
want to cause you physical harm. I just want to close the door.
I know, darling. But here's the thing. We are supposed to be working together. And we all had a bit of a little tiff. But he's being, as I said before, a whiny little bitch about it.
Mhm.
And somebody needs to talk some sense into him. And I am the, I suppose, the talker of the group here.
It sounds
Um,
like you're. It sounds like you're being very aggressive about this to him.
Well, sometimes, every once in a while, someone needs a little kick in the ass to, get their shit together. But don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt him or anything. He just
listen,
needs a
miss.
talking to.
Make me a diplomacy check, Dee Dee.
Oh please, let me quick check my feet. Distraction, performance, triumph for boss. I don't think any of those are gonna work. So let's just hope my diplomacy is decent. Oh, yeah, it's not that bad.
Nice.
I'm not really supposed to let anyone through this door, Miss Dee Dee. But I've closed it, so and they just walk away.
Smart boy. I will go in without causing any disturbances and go find Mr. Candor.
Yeah, as you start walking through like this front section of the train, there's like a number of like private rooms. And you see one that has had like a bunch of stuff hastily put outside of it. It looks like one of like the conductors has basically moved into like the general quarters and given Candor a room. The door is closed and locked.
I'll give it a gentle knock. Candor, I know you're in there. Sweetie, we gotta talk.
You just hear a Dee Dee, I want nothing to do with you or the rest of that group.
I will try not to take offense to that.
Also,
I
what
just
did
want-
you do to that poor boy?
Man, we just had a little talk.
Oh, you are fucking terrifying people.
Not
She
terrified.
said, please. What is that? she just asked nicely.
I don't
My
know.
goodness.
Sounds fake.
I think this is why we need to have a quick little talk there, Candor.
I think if we go our separate ways and simply have a agreement of non-aggression or communication, it will be perfectly fine.
If you still feel that way at the end of our conversation, then we shall respect that. But
And
I
I'm
would like
happy-
to talk.
What do you want to say, Dee Dee?
Can you open the door so we can actually talk? I feel eye contact
He
is
just
very important.
opens
in
the
these
door for you.
situations.
Dee Dee. What?
Now I know things got a little tense last night, and trust is a very difficult thing on I think both of our ends.
You
right now.
honestly tell me right now, Dee Dee. You Dewdrop.
Duty.
Did you have the opportunity to prevent Richard Cainwright from escaping this place?
I mean, hypothetically, I suppose we would have, but
No fancy
things don't-
words, no talking around it. Straight up. Did you have that opportunity? to stop the person who was responsible for killing so many of my friends and my family from escaping.
I, Dewdrop, do not feel that I had that opportunity.
Make me either diplomacy or deception, depending on what you feel.
Ooh.
I'm going to let you, as Abby, decide what this
Diplomacy.
is. Nice.
Hey, Dewdrop is a support character. She could not take on all of her friends
That-
in that moment.
That is a karma dice roll if I hear one.
Mhm.
I think I
Doesn't-
could kiss you.
It doesn't feel... Dewdrop, you have to understand, it does not feel great to have this happen.
I know.
And
There
you
are.
have to
a lot-
understand that there is a lot... Listen, I do not have a lot of trust in your group. And you
That's
have to
understandable.
understand that in this situation, it really feels like that you're either complicit or you're simply not around enough to... Listen, me and Richard had a history. Also, hello, Raid.
Howdy,
Me-
Ray.
Me
Howdy,
and
Raid.
Richard,
At 1
me
minute.
and Richard had
It's all right. We might run along.
me and Richard had a history. You know that.
Do I actually know that?
Did we know that?
Yeah, Richard. He told you all about
A
the reason why he was
history.
going after Richard. Told you all in the bar.
Yes.
You might have missed
because
that week, Abby, but
For Raid, who just joined, Richard was a member of the rebellion that Candor was trying to squash.
well, the Civil
War is bad.
War is bad.
It never changes.
He,
War.
as I said, Dewdrop, he killed a lot of my friends and family members. I was looking forward to him getting justice for those lives. I didn't take it myself because I didn't think that would be the right thing to do. But given the opportunity between him escaping and me putting a bullet through his goddamn head, I would have put the bullet through his head.
Thing about war is no matter what side you're on, either somebody else is telling you it's the right thing to do, or you really believe it's the right thing to do. So I'm sure he has the same feelings about you that you have of him.
He looks you in the eyes, Dee Dee, and just says, I don't think the feelings would matter. The thing about war, Dee Dee, is no matter what happens when it happens, people die, and that ain't right.
True? I personally not a fan of war. I really honestly didn't even know there was this huge war thing going on until I moved to the town a couple years ago. So I don't really have that much. It's swamp life, you see. It's so
Swamp life.
can't. I completely understand what all this is going on, and I don't completely get what the war was about. Other than some people wanted to talk to the other continent, and some people didn't. That's all that I got from it. But I understand your anger and your feelings.
Had it been anyone else, Dee Dee, I would not be as invested. But it was Richard. And well, next time I'm not bringing him alive.
And that's between you two. However, we are going back to Corvangeline to talk about Alec, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, from my understanding, we're all going back to Corvangeline to help out Alec and to figure that whole situation out. And I, for one, would still really like your help with that.
I'll talk to y'all after the trip.
Well, we thank you for that.
He just kind of like
Oh, yeah.
looks at you, Dee Dee.
I did bring you a couple of cookies from the dinner car.
No, thank you.
Like, no thank you right now, or I just, like, leave them here. And I didn't put anything in them, if that's what you're worried about.
Take them with you, please.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have brought that up again too soon. Yeah, I'll take them with me. I pop a cookie in my mouth and like, you take care. Make sure you still get like your sunshine and all that. Like, open a window. It's real musty up here with all the train cars. So, yeah, we'll see you when we park.
Yeah. And as the door closes and he returns to the rest of the party, we are going to fast forward a few days in time as the train begins to pull towards Corvangeline. But we'll leave that description for next time. Thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of Wild Ambition. Join us next time as our party makes it to the big city, to Corvangeline.
Mama, I made it.
What new challenges await them? What new allies? New enemies? Who knows? You'll have to join us and find out. Thank you all so much for coming. I'm going to put you all on the stream soon screen whilst I go find someone to raid, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Last minute raid.
Bye,
We'll miss
everyone.
you.